I'm Stephanie. I'm going to be guiding you through a release practice. Today we're going to be exploring a release through lunges. In particular, we're going to have the back knee on the ground a fair bit. So if you do have a sensitive knees, I'll encourage you to have like a towel or some extra padding just to place underneath the knees so that we don't aggravate them from today's practice. Sometimes hard surfaces can cause a little bit of pain and discomfort in the knees, so just making sure you're prepared. We're going to start today in a child's pose, so let's come over. You can bring big toes to touch, knees nice and wide, and then just start to reach the arms forward and letting the forehead come down to the ground. And take a deep breath in and let the breath go. Another breath in, filling up. And gentle release, letting go. And just feel the arms start to extend a little bit more forward as the tailbone extends back towards the heels. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. And exhale, feel your body just drop in a little bit more. Inhale, gentle lift up through the chest, reach the arms, lift your hips just off your heels a bit more, and then walk your hands over towards the left side, reaching through the right arm, sink the hips back, so you're lengthening through the right side of the body. Take a deep breath in here, and a steady release. Another deep breath in, and a full release. Inhale, lifting up, coming back to center, then reaching your hands over towards the right side. Left arm reaches as the hips start to sink back. This time lengthening through the left side of the body. And take another full breath in and full breath out. Another full breath in and a steady breath out. Inhale, slowly come back to center, and then let's come up to all fours, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and just take a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, opening the chest forward, belly melts down. Exhale, round in, chin to chest, press the grounds away. Inhale to come forward, belly melts down, shoulders draw back. Exhale, round in, chin to chest, press the ground away. Inhale to come forward, and then exhale to round in. Then inhale, come to neutral, tuck the toes, press into the hands, take a breath in. Exhale, start to hover the knees just off the ground. Take a deep breath in and a steady breath out. Inhale, and then exhale, lift the hips up towards the sky, lengthening through the spine, a little bend to the knees as we start to warm up. You can pedal out through the heels, one heel down to the earth and the other. And taking a few breaths just to find a little bit more length through the spine from the palms of the hands all the way up to the tailbone. And then start to walk the feet up towards the hands. Just come to the top of the mat. We'll come to hip width distance with the feet. Hip width is about 2 fists in between the big toes. So taking either elbow with your hands, and just allowing your body to melt over the thighs, allowing the crown of the head to melt down.
And feeling the tension just melt down through the spine, releasing through the shoulders, the neck. And then slowly releasing the arms. Bend the knees, ground down through the heels, and start to just roll your spine up nice and slow, vertebra by vertebra. As you get to the top, roll the shoulders back a few times, releasing. Roll them forward a few times. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Bring your hands onto your shins. A generous bend into the knees so the spine can be strong and long. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Draw the shoulders back, tailbone lifts. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, release. Let's step the left foot back, nice big lunge. And then bending into the front knee, we'll bring the back knee down to the ground. So if you want to bring something underneath it for a bit of padding, you can. Inhale, open the chest forward, but just keep the hands onto the ground. So you're going to move the hips forward as the chest lifts. And then from here, leave the left hand down, just peeling the right arm open for a twist. Taking a deep breath in. And then exhale, hand comes back down. From here, we're going to straighten through the front leg, so drawing the hips back, flex the toes back towards the face. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, folding. Take another breath in. And another breath out. Inhale, bend into your front knee, come back forward. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, and then we're going to step back into our plank pose here. Press into the hands, press into the heels, lower belly engaged. Shift the weight forward, knees lower down. Take a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift through the chest, baby cobra pose. Keep the chin slightly tucked. Another breath in. And then exhale, release, press back through all fours to downward facing dog. From here, let's inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, roll forward. Step the right foot in between the hands. You shift the weight into the right foot. We're going to lift the left leg up and then step the feet together, top of the mat. Inhale, roll the spine all the way to stand. Breath in, arms reach up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale the arms up, breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the hips, fold forward down to the earth. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold. This time, right foot steps back. Nice big lunge. And then back knee lowers down to the ground, placing it onto padding if you need. And then start to shift the hips forward, just getting a nice stretch into the hips here. And then chest opens as you lift the gaze. Take another breath in. And another breath out. Start to shift the hips back. Flex the toes back towards the face. Left hip draws back. Inhale, lift the chest. Lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, fold over your front leg. Inhale, bend into your front knee. Come forward. Right hand stays down. Left arm peels open. Take your twist. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. Hands come down to the ground. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee and step back. plank pose. Press into the hands, shift the weight forward, knees down to the ground, elbows to rib cage, chaturanga, all the way down. Roll the shoulders back, lift through the chest. And exhale, pressing back through downward facing dog. This time, left leg lifts for an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, step in between the hands. And shift the weight forward, pressing into the left foot. Right foot lifts before stepping next to the left. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to come all the way to stand. Breath in, reach up. And then exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold. Let's step back with the left foot. Nice big lunge, bend into the front knee. And this time, leave your left hand down, right arm heels open to a twist. Hold it here, keep pressing through the left heel and see if you can bend into your right knee a little bit more. Take a little deeper into the stretch. And then hand comes down, back knee places. Move straighten through the front leg again, flex the toes. From here, we imagine there's a tissue box in front of our foot. And then we're going to take our toes, kind of like our hand, and as if we're grabbing a tissue and pulling it out of the box. So we're going to spread the toes, take a tissue, and then pull out. Do that again, spread the toes, take a tissue, and pulling it out. One more tissue, spread the toes, take the tissue, and pulling it out of the box, releasing. Bend into the front knee, let's come forward. This time left hand stays down, right arm peels open, and then option to bend the back knee and take the foot with your hand. So here you're taking a monkey grip. If you can't quite reach your foot, see if you move your hips back, does it become a little easier to take the foot and then move back forward? Have a little play. Just a couple more breaths. And then from here, gently releasing the left foot. We're going to move the left foot out towards the left side, pick the right foot up and step it back. Here we want the shoulder to be stacked over the wrist. Reach the right arm up and then over the ear. So it's like a modified side plank here. Take a deep breath in. See if you can lift the hips up a little bit more so your shoulder might move back. Inhale to come back up and then both hands down. Tuck the toes, press back through downward facing dog. From here, let's lift the right leg up towards the sky and then draw the right knee over towards the right elbow. Lift it high and then place the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Back knee comes down to the ground, and then this time we're just going to take some circles through the hips. So just finding any spots that feel good. If there are spots that don't feel good, no pushing it, just take your time and switching the opposite way. We often move in our hips in a very linear direction. Sometimes we don't take them out to the sides and around in circles. So it can feel a little bit different. And trust me, nobody feels like they're doing a perfect circle. And let's come to stillness. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. This time we're going to step forward into Malasana. So step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, and then hips come down into a Malasana squat. Hands can come together if you like and press the knees apart. If it's not accessible for heels to be on the ground, you might have the heels lifted and taking a variation there. You can also have the hips a little higher in your squat. Take another breath in and fold forward. Lift the hips up, heel toe the feet in towards each other. Bend the knees, roll the spine all the way up to stand. Inhale the arms up, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up, breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the hips, fold forward. This time your right foot's going to step back for a nice big lunge. We're framing the left foot and we're going to come into our twist now. So press back through the right heel so the right leg is strong. Right hand stays down, left arm peels open to a twist. Take another breath in, keep pressing through the right heel. And then exhale, hand comes down to the ground. Bring the back knee down to the earth and then straighten through the front leg. Flexing your left toes back towards the face. We've got another tissue box and we need 3 tissues. So spread your left toes wide and then start to move the foot forward and take a tissue out of the box and pulling it up. And then release, spreading the toes wide. Take a tissue and pulling it up. Spreading the toes wide. One more, take a tissue and pulling it up, releasing. And then bend into your front knee, come forward. Right hand stays down, left arm peels open for a twist. And then this time you might bend your right knee and take the right foot. Remember, if you can't quite reach, shift the hips back so you can take your foot and then move back forward. Take another couple of breaths here, just opening through the front of the hips, through quads and hip flexors. And then gently releasing. This time the right foot moves out to the right side and we're going to step the left foot back. And we want to bring our shoulder over our wrist. So we're kind of moving to this modified side plank position. Now reach the left arm up and then reach the left arm over the ear, finding length through the left side of the body, and then start to lift the left side towards the sky. Take another breath in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the arm up, hand comes down, knees to the earth, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. This time left leg lifts up, left knee to left elbow, hold it there, take it to the outside as you step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And then back knee comes down to the ground. I'm just going to move through some circles here of the hips. This side might feel quite different. More than likely it will feel different. So just feel into your hips. Circling the opposite way. Not pushing anything, maybe lingering where it feels good and opening. And then coming to stillness, we're going to tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, and then step up to the outside of the right hand. We're going to come back to our Malasana squat, and we're going to do some flossing or some peeling open. So remember, you can have something to support your heels here, or you can have your heels lifted. You can also have something supporting the hips, so maybe a block underneath the tailbone. You're going to reach your right arm out to the right side. I like to push my knee away, tuck the shoulder under, and then reach over. Then reach with your left hand towards your left wrist, and it might not quite make it, but wherever it reaches, reach to there, and then start to peel open into a twist. So reaching your left arm as high as it'll go. And then hand comes back, and maybe you can reach a little closer towards your wrist or maybe further. And then exhale, peel open. One more time, hand reaches down. Oh, I can reach my wrist now. and peel open into your twist. And then coming back to neutral. And then we're going to do our second side. So push the left knee away, hook the shoulder under, reaching over with your left arm to the left side. Then right arm reaches for the left wrist, and then peeling open. Find your twist. And then hand comes back down. Maybe you can reach a little further. And then gently peeling open. One more time, hand comes down. Maybe you reach a little further. And then exhale, peeling open. And then coming back to center. And then just press into your heels, come all the way up to stand. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Did you feel how as you were peeling open, each time you could come a little closer towards the wrist or further down the hand, and then each time you could peel open a little bit more? It's a really fun one. All right, so let's come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale the arms up above the head. And exhale, bend the knees, bend the hips, fold forward down to the earth. This time the left foot steps back, nice big lunge. And this time we're going to come up into a full crescent lunge. So inhale the arms up above the head. Bend into your right knee and bend into your left knee a little. Bring your right hand to your right hip, and then I want you to reach the left arm over the ear. So we're kind of taking a side bend here. Take another breath into your left side and stay for the exhale. Inhale to come back up and twist to your right side. So left arm reach forward, right arm reaches back, and we're twisting through the spine rather than the legs. So legs stay fairly steady. And then the option is to stay here or bring your right hand to the lower back as your left arm reaches up. Slightly different stretch through the left side here. And then left hand comes down next to the right foot and right arm reaches up. So remember how we moved into side plank earlier? You have the option of the back knee coming down and then stepping back, or moving to the outside edge of the left foot and stepping the right foot back to stack, side plank. Option to reach the arm over, so your right arm reaches over the ear as your hips lift up. And then inhale to come back up, both hands down, hips lift, downward facing dog. Second side, so let's lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, step in between the hands. Shift the weight into the left foot, right leg lifts, and feet step together. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale to come all the way to stand, breath in, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up, breath in. Exhale, fold forward, release. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. This time, right foot steps back, nice big lunge. And from here, pressing into the feet, rise up, high crescent lunge. A little bend into the back knee to lengthen through the spine. And then bring your left hand to your left hip. Reach the right arm over the ear. A little side bend. Take a breath in. And a steady breath out. Inhale to come back up. And then twist to your left side. So keep your legs as they are. As your left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. Grow tall through the spine. Exhale, find just that little bit more deep twist. Either stay here or left hand to the lower back as the right arm reaches up. Your right hand's going to come next to the left foot as the left arm reaches up. You can stay here or back knee comes down to the ground to set up for your side plank, or move to the outside edge of the right foot as you step back,
Finding your side plank, reaching over the ear option, lifting the hips up a little bit more, and then hands come down to the ground, plank pose, downward facing dog. Just a little pedal out of the feet here, one heel down to the ground, then the other. And from here, I'm going to reach the right leg up towards the sky, step the right foot in between the hands, shift the weight into the right foot, left leg lifts, and then feet step together. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand, breath in, and then exhale, hands to heart center. You're going to heel toe the feet to mat width distance. Inhale the arms up, and then come into your Malasana squat. Hold it here, taking a few breaths. And then hands down to the ground, lift the hips up. And this time we're going to step the left foot back, nice big lunge. And then back knee comes down to the ground. So we're going to hold for a few breaths now. So you can stay here if you like, or if you have access to your elbows being on the ground, you can go there. Or if you want to lift the back knee off the ground, you can choose that variation. I encourage you to feel all three and notice when you feel each one, if they're accessible to you, notice the benefit, because we can sometimes think that the biggest and strongest pose is the one where we're getting the most benefit or bang for our buck for our practice. But sometimes if we take things a little simpler, we can feel into like the opening and the release a little bit more. Whereas if we go too hard, sometimes we're just striving and straining the body rather than nourishing it. All right, so let's release whichever variation you've taken there. We're going to come back into our half monkey grip. So left hand stays down, bend the right knee, and see if you can reach back to take that foot. This time, if you want to move to the outside edge of the right foot, coming a little deeper into this twist, you can. And just a couple of breaths here. Again, if you need padding underneath your back knee, if you've got any irritation in the back knee, feel free to set yourself up, take care of your body. That's what our yoga practice is about. And slowly release. Tuck the toes under, lift the back knee, and then this time we're going to step forward. And then right foot's going to step back. Nice big lunge. Back knee comes down to the ground. Again, we have the option of the elbows coming down to the ground if that's something that's available to you. You can see I'm not taking that variation because my elbows don't quite reach. Or you can lift the back knee as another variation. Have a little feel of the ones that are accessible to you, which ones support you in your body and your practice, and what you need today. Sometimes what you need today is different from yesterday or last week, or maybe tomorrow. So what about this breath? What about this body right in this moment? What does it need? And then releasing that variation, bringing the back knee back down to the ground if you had it lifted. And then start to bring your right hand down, lift the left arm up so you come to a twist, and then maybe you take the back foot again. You can use a strap if it's handy. Move to the outside edge of the left foot if that feels good. And then just opening up into this monkey grip. A couple of full deep breaths. Enjoying the stretch through the front of the right hip. And then slowly releasing.
This time we're just going to move the hips back, bring the knees together and come to a seat. And so hopefully your hips are feeling nice and released after that, as well as we've worked through a few twists and lateral side flexion. So your spine should be feeling nice and released as well. If you have the time, I really encourage you to take 3-5 minutes out of your day just to come to stillness. You can even just count 10 breaths lying in your Shavasana. Thank you so much for joining me today. And from my heart to yours, namaste.